Should we get started? I'm Nick Bollettieri. Got some stories to tell you, baby. Are you ready for this? The story I want the world to know. My journey. Watch out, baby. You know, I first got involved in tennis by an accident. I grew up in a little town called North Pelham, New York, about 45 minutes outside New York City. All we knew, playing football, baseball, anything with action. And I was able to make the football team. I was a quarterback. And in my sophomore year, my uncle said, Nick, why don't we go play a little tennis? I said, play tennis? That's a sissy sport. And he said, well, let's see how sissy it is. So I got out, and I did fairly well. I went to Spring Hill College in Mobile, Alabama. I was able to make the tennis team. I played singles and doubles. And upon graduation, I tried to pass the Naval Air Corps test. And the Italians don't know how to read. So I flunked the written test, and I passed the physical test. I volunteered to be a paratrooper. And I won my wings, and I began to learn a lot being a paratrooper. Discipline, the feeling that you're the best in the world, that you can do anything. But you know, nerves are part of life. I remember making my first jump. The little bug private looked up at me. He said, Mr. Lieutenant, you go and jump? I said, I am, son. You scared? I said, son, I have a diaper on. And believe me, I had a diaper on. Then I started my summer camps in a town called Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. How did I get that job? A man used to play golf, and he went by the tennis setup every day down at Dorado Beach. And he looked at me, and he said, young man, you belong with children. He said, call me if you ever need my help. I didn't pay much attention, but I later on looked at the name, and it was Vince Lombardi. So I was coach at the tennis club, and the president's wife gave me a tough time. She didn't like me eating with my staff. She never got off the court. So one day, I pulled the sprinkler. And she said, do you know who I am? I can't say on television what I told her. Called up Vince Lombardi. He got me my first start in big camps at Wayland Academy in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. And from there, I got the idea. If I put kids who really wanted to do something all together, you never know what would happen. I said, gee whiz. Let's start bringing these kids together. I brought 2 in my house, 3 in my house, 6. I went through my first wife, the second wife, the third wife. Pretty soon I had 10 kids in my house. And that night they were like rats coming into the refrigerator. I had my own family, but that's how I started the academy. The Sellishes, the Curriers, the Agassiz, the Max Murneys, we put them all together, and they would go in the back courts, no coaches. Play, break rackets, gamble, fight, punch, to get on my court. They went out there as soldiers, and they came out as warriors. In 60 minutes, he said, this man is crazy. He's breaking the bond of children growing up in their home. He beats the kids up. He doesn't feed them. He makes them wash his cars, which I did. So the man called me crazy. I guess I was crazy. And giving scholarships to the best people, and using military discipline, having the kids march to eat, clean their clothes, shine their shoes, the academy became what it is today. A lot of coaches know far more tennis than I do. The hip turn, this turn, the ball roll. I don't know nothing about that. But I'll tell you what I do know, how to work with you as a person. My philosophy as a coach is to do the following. You take an individual, no matter what level, including the adults. You take what ability they have and try to develop it to the maximum degree. I coach people in their style. What are you going to do? Tell Nadal not to grunt? Go ahead. Tell Rafael. You do it, not me. And all of you listening to this, don't compete against your competition. You compete against you by looking in the mirror and say, I'm not finished yet. To see Andre Agassi at Wimbledon on his knees and crying, oh man, and see my Serena Williams and Marias and all of these people do what they've done. That is a feeling that you can't explain.